They were asking Brian Norman Jr. recently on the podcast about Tank Davis and his situation as far as the fights, the big fights, and all we really haven't seen him in certain situations with big fights and big names and that big fight that a lot of people are looking for from a Tank Davis. And it was on the Counterpunch Conversation podcast. And, Brian Norman was just saying that Tank Davis is very talented. He has everything that, you can ask for. He got the promotion push behind him, support. But he just asked, like, why he ain't fighting nobody. Just don't know the reasons why. With the circumstances, got a lot of people behind him, names coming up. He said he could fight one of those crazy names like Shakur or something like that, but it's not really going like that. He needs just that one fight, he was saying. And they was asking about Canelo. He said Canelo's earned that. Canelo's fought a lot of names in boxing. So he's earned that position where he can do what he's doing now. But as far as with Tank, you still need that one name. It's a lot of crazy names in boxing, good names in boxing that haven't been approached as far as with a fight, or the fight hasn't got done yet. That's what I'm saying. The fight hasn't got done with Tank. As far as any of these guys, bringing up 130s, like he was saying, and he wasn't being disrespectful. He was just saying, like, you know how the business goes. The way fights are set up is different from other people. So the question still remains the same as far as why he's not in the ring with certain guys in boxing. Because even boxers in boxing would like to see Tank fight big names because they're fans of boxing. Whether they're participants or not, still can go home and watch boxing matches. And you want to see guys fight the best. So with a Tank Davis, you should want to see him fight the big names in boxing. And Brian Norman Jr. is going out there fighting Devin Haney coming up in a fight that people will want to see Tank Davis in. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people will look at that situation and say, well, Brian Norman, he had the money offered or whatever. It doesn't matter what the circumstances was. Tank can get more money, same circumstances, to fight the same guy or any other guy who's just as big. People not going around turning down his fights. That was something that was said at certain points, but I think people have come to learn at this point that's the worst narrative that ever got pushed. But as far as with Canelo, you can't really compare Tank to Canelo right now at this stage because just the name's not adding up. And a lot of people feel like Tank's resume is getting better. Some people think it's getting worse. With Canelo, I don't think you can really compare Tank's resume to a Canelo right now. That's what a lot of people are saying. Even with a Norman, saying the same type of things. But, everybody's asking the same kind of questions. People seem like they're kind of afraid to just ask basic questions in boxing to see who's the best and, push the sport forward. But if guys aren't really fighting the best, you're not going to get the best product that you can put out there, especially with the biggest names. But we'll see, man. But you got guys like Brian Norman Jr. that's coming to the sport of boxing that is filling that spot as far as being a big fight for Devin Haney. And we'll see what happens with Tank Davis next. But a lot of things could change in the next 12 months. Just like it changed for Brian Norman in the last 12 months.